I mean, I understand that you spray your whole goddamn clip and make an entrance like Rambo, but those poor flowers didn't deserve to die from that much spraying, man. Jesus Christ, that was the longest spray I've ever seen in my life. Hey guys, what is going on? It's Titan here once again, and just to make it up for you guys from my last nuclear choke video, I finally didn't choke this one, and I'm so glad that I didn't, since I really wanted to get this nuclear. It is actually pretty funny since I wanted to leave this game because there were only like 3 people at the beginning of this match, but for some reason someone or something whispered in my ear and said, "Titan, just stay in this lobby." I guess so. I thought, you know what, more people will join, and they also did join later on this game. That's why you pretty much see some cuts in the beginning of this video since it went pretty slow and I just worked those 3 people that were still in the game. Now I have actually 2 gameplays for you guys to watch. This first one is a nuclear, but the second one is again almost a nuclear, but actually I will call it a nuclear as well. It is also with the MANOWAR, where I went on a 28 kill streaks and the damn game ended again. But to be honest, I will give myself the luxury to call the second game a nuclear as well, since I know that I had those last 2 kills easily, and it was a crazy game as well, so make sure to stick around to watch that game as well, and also to hear out what I'm about to say on why it is extremely hard to get nukes in this game. But if you enjoy these nuclears, and since this is a longer video, make sure to show some love by dropping a like on this video, and of course if you want to see more, and share it if it's not too much to ask, of course. But as you can see, I was using the MANOWAR, and right off the bat I can say that this gun is ridiculously good. However, I have no idea why, but I decided to go without an optical attachment, and I can say that this iron sight is pretty much the worst in the history of all iron sights. I mean, it blocks so much of my vision and it is just so distracting. The fact that I got a nuclear with this horrible sight, it makes it even more fun because I was never expecting to get this one. Which is even funnier is that I choked 8 nukes with all these OP class setups, and with this garbage iron sight I got the nuclear. But you know what, it is what it is. I am still happy that I got this nuke. Now in this game there was this guy who was just constantly noob-tubbing people, and one thing that you learn about me today is that I cannot stand people who just take a rocket launcher only and just kill you with it. It gives me so much headache, and it's also annoying as hell. But since I noticed that this guy was pretty much using a rocket launcher the whole game, I decided to play smart and avoid him every single time. I only bumped into him twice, I believe, in this match. When he spawned, he always went on the right side of the map constantly, so I knew where not to go. But sometimes when I was in the zone, I forgot and still went on the right side. But I mean, overall, I still managed to avoid this guy, so I considered that a win, I guess. If you're also wondering what I used on my MANOWAR, it is rapid fire, stock, and high caliber. And as for the perks, I use Ghost, Fast Hands, and Scavenger. The attachments work so well with this gun, and what I actually noticed is that if someone hits me with a couple of bullets and I also shoot them, I flinch so hard that I actually headshot them randomly with 1 bullet and they just die. I feel like this is such a bullshit really, and this game has so many good things, but all the bullshit that is going on with these one-shot headshots and specialists, it almost makes it impossible to get nuclears. I would say that in Black Ops 3 the hardest thing is to get a nuclear, and the reason being is because it pretty much requires 50% skill and also 50% luck. And it should not be that way, and I know that Mr. Wonderheart doesn't like physical nuclears, but I mean, goddamn, those people who can actually get nukes in this game, what did they actually get? Just a medal, which is pretty much worthless. Would be actually good to get some tactical nuke like a Moab or DNA bomb, or just something that would complement these players who actually get nuclears. All this struggle to get a useless medal, I don't think it's worth it. And the worst part about it is that it doesn't matter how good or skilled you may be. If you're not lucky, you will pretty much die anyway. It doesn't matter what position you are in, how smart you are, how smart you play, because all it takes is a scumbag with gravity spikes to just smash down on the ground near you, or maybe a Ripper who is just around the corner and you put like 5 bullets into him and he panic rippers you. I do think these specialists are just not meant for COD games. That's just me. Some of you probably will hate, but what is the point of having, you know, a YouTube channel and not being real or honest with your subscribers or viewers? I guess everyone has its own opinions, and with that said, I would also love to hear you guys' opinions in the comment section down below, because that is really important for me. It shows something about you guys and I could get to know you guys way better, which is just good. But again, getting a nuclear in Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 was not a problem, since we never had these, you know, panic attack specialists. And yeah, we did have trip mines and bouncing betties and, you know, all those, but they weren't bad at all and they could also be countered easily. But specialists, in my opinion, they are pretty unbalanced, and the reason why I say that is not because they are OP, which some of them they are actually, but because you cannot counter them whatsoever. So if a nomad guy shoots hives down, and if he hides the hives really well, you have no chance to counter it at all. You're just dead, donezo, finished, the end. You get the point. But there should be at least a way to counter these things. I had so many situations where I was 1 kill away from a nuke, and then a Reaper commando launched me from like a mile away, or I went into a doorway and found myself eaten by hives. You have no idea they could be there, or what kind of, you know, specialist is waiting for you from around the corner. And that is not what COD is, or should be. I miss the good old days where we still had guns and boots on the ground fights, only where positioning and playing smart still played a role. Whew. But I'm sorry about this long rant, but I just had to get it out. This is how I really feel. Now, don't get me wrong, I do like playing this game, and I will keep going for nukes, whatever it takes. Even if it takes 90% luck, I still take my 10% chance. But you guys will also need to understand that if you try to go for a nuke and you can't, it is not your fault. Don't think there's something wrong with you, because it is not. It requires a whole ton of luck to get a nuclear medal. So yeah, you can either give up on them or just be like me, I guess. Never give up and just keep going. But I really hope that you guys enjoy these two gameplays. The second one was almost a nuclear, but the game ended, and I do feel like I also had that. So you know what? I count that also as a nuke. I don't care. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new. But again, thank you so much for watching. Stay well, stay awesome, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.